Now open, don't be shy.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Andy Sergio from Bulgar newspaper. My question is this. It was not mentioned in the presentation. It was not explicitly mentioned, but are there any specific health and safety protocols that will be in place first for humans? Like
Of course, no. As we would like to ensure that everyone who comes into the Green Run has their health checked first. First and foremost, we're going to be encouraging everyone, especially to take their temperatures and to ensure that they're not sick or they don't have the sniffles, that they don't get hawak to anyone. No? Of course, with the wide open spaces that the estate is going to be bringing. Social distancing tends to be possible, and we're of course going to be encouraging everyone to take their own necessary precautions as well.
Yeah, just to add to that, so aside from what MJ mentioned, of course it's ideal. It's part of what we instruct them that you're supposed to be in good health, meaning your stamina for running has to be in check, right? And this is the same for our humans or our fur babies. And not only it's not only a precaution, because during the run, we will have standby ambulatory service. So all of these services will be provided, not just to our humans, but also to our humans.
yeah. So during the race, will we be required to wear a mask or what?
For this, we don't need that. So for outdoor activities, it's not required naman to wear the mask. It's going to be optional for the runners.
How about when, going around the race village before or after the race?
Everything is outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, it's your option whether you want to wear your mask or not, but it's not a requirement.
And in follow-up, now regarding the dogs, are there any requirements that were not published in the presentation regarding dogs? Like, for example, are they required? Well, of course, it was mentioned that they have to be on a leash. Anything else, like, should the dogs be vaccinated or something for their...
Yes, that's part of it.
So they have to bring also a certificate?
It's part of the registration requirement.
Okay.
Good morning, I'm Peter Artensio from the Standard. This question is to our race director, Mr. Jeff Lau. No, yeah. Sir, how different was the race course from last year?
Actually, it's going to be basically the same. We're going to use the same course inside Vermosa. We're going to plot a good 21K route for the race, and then we're going to cut it down to 10K, 5K, 3K, and then we're going to plot a 1K route now for the dogs. So those who actually joined last year can actually come back and try to beat the course again.
Yeah.
So yun yung isa sa mga kagandahan ng race natin this year. We're not going to change as much so that the route will stay the same. The runners who joined last year can experience the same thing this year.
Kumusta yung terrain?
The terrain would be a little bit challenging. So it's actually gonna be a combination of flat and rolling. So hindi siya totally flat. So it's gonna be a good challenging route for the 21K runners.
Okay, gano'ng ka-challenging yung 21K? Especially the rolling terrain, ano yung mga i-acting, ano yung mga uphill?
Hindi naman siya totally uphill. So it's gonna be a rolling terrain. So you're gonna feel a certain part na syempre may konting ahon. Pero yung pabalik kasi, pababa din siya. So it's gonna be a combination of challenging a little bit of uphill. Pero hindi siya yung ahon na akit talaga.
So parang trail, more of like trail running na medyo smooth roads.
Yeah, it's a full cemented road. So Vermosa inside is gonna be a full cemented road. So walang trail part dito.
Okay.
But then again, the route is a little bit may mga humps ba kumbaga. So it's not gonna be a completely flat race. So may challenge na, syempre, aahunin mo yung ibang parts.
Yeah.
Tapos masarap din yung mga downhill parts.
Last two questions. Is it this run, the 21K run, is it built for elite or recreational?
It's gonna be, I guess, both. Kasi we don't really have a very strict cutoff time. So it's gonna be open for more recreational runners who want to start running a half marathon. The good thing about the course also, together with, of course, Vermosa and Ayala, it's gonna be a closed road. So very, very minimal cars, almost none. So those who want to actually run and beat their PR, it's gonna experience a very good route to run their best in this course.
From the elite runners, do you have runners like Halasco or maybe Tabal coming in?
We're inviting them, but there's really no guarantee at this point. Meron tayong OCR gold medalist here. So tatakbo si Spartan Test with us. So, so we invited a lot of different runners. Last year din may mga SEA Games Olympians tayo na sumali. So we're inviting them again to run the course. And they really enjoyed the course for Vermosa kasi it's very green. It's almost no pollution kasi wala tayo sa city. And we closed the entire roads for the runners. So they can, di talaga sila mahihinto ng traffic. So they can run their fastest or they can just run for fun. So it's up to them.
I have a question from this side.
Hi, good morning. Ako si Jake Feliciano, intern ng Philstar. Question lang for Pinoy Fitness, well, natanong na kanina earlier yung challenges. Pero ano pa kaya yung mga other unique challenges na possible na encounter ng mga runners natin in their respective categories?
Well, the actual challenge would actually be the different categories. So as runners naman kasi, it's gonna be based on the fitness level of the person, on what challenge they want to actually take part with. So that's why we have categories from 5K, 3K, actually 3K, 5K, 10K to 21K. Now, besides, of course, there's a different distances, the challenge should be the terrain we have in Vermosa. So it's not going to be, like I mentioned, it's not going to be a very flat course. It's going to be a combination of flat, rolling, uphill, downhill courses. So basically it's going to be up to them of how fast they want to go and how far they want to go for this race.
Questions po?
Siguro to add to that lang, me as a trying to go back to running, maybe just to envision, an Ayala Triangle run is a little bit easy, 5 kilometers if you go for it. In Vermosa, it's a little bit more challenging. For example, if you climb up a treadmill, so the incline, you go siguro mga 5 to mga 7. So it's a little bit more challenging already as you go up. So that's how you kind of envision it as a terrain. No? So me as a first-time runner here in the Green Run, I'm looking forward to really challenging that and beating my time. So I've been running already here in the estate for quite some time, but this time around, I want to beat the time. So I think that's also going to be the mindset for anyone who's going to be joining again or the first-time runners that are going to be joining here in the Green Run.
Another question from me. Since this Green Run it has an pro-environment advocacy, what would be the policy of the race regarding the aid stations? Will the runners be encouraged to bring their own bottles or their own containers? Will there be cups at the tables? What?
Hello.
Hello. Okay. For this race, we consider that, but bringing their own bottles. But for this race, we still go for the classic ones. They can still bring their own bottles, but we'll still have paper cups every 1.5 to 2 kilometers. So standard race setup.
Just to follow, since you mentioned paper cups, will it be limited to liquids? Will there be anything else, like, especially for the longer distances, will there be stuff like fruit or anything?
No. It's going to be hydration, after.
No, I meant after after, of course, I mean, after you've run a race, especially if it's 21K, there will be booths offering food.
Hello, I'm Carlos Ross, an intern from the Philippine Empire Sports. I have 3 questions more or less ang naman, and I will masagot po ninyo. The first question is, as you mentioned, this is, for the community, with being in the place of Vermosa, So what does this do for a community in terms of their lifestyle? And how does this promote a healthy lifestyle for the community? Yes.
So in the community, well, first, we're all about, building communities and enriching lives. And this is how we espouse it. This is just one of the ways. So we want to really engage the community. And that was, again, as I mentioned earlier, the reason why we gave birth to this run. So we wanted the community to get back again to what they used to do pre-pandemic, right? Which is to be able to converge and feeling safe, in the comfort of their own community, with their loved ones, with their friends, or whoever their significant other is that they want to run with. Now, in terms of advocacy, again, as a result of the pandemic, I think we all had our share of leveraging, right? Because it was so easy to just lie down and, take our slow time. So, as a result of that, we kind of forgot about our fitness routine. Okay, so this is our way of advocating a life of wellness. Again, no matter what part of the wellness journey you are in, you can start now, and then you can achieve to raise your objectives higher. So it's both for the regular person who wants to start a life of wellness, and at the same time for hardcore runners.
Are there any plans to conduct similar events in the future or in different locations?
We're considering bringing it to our other estates, but Vermosa is really the estate that we have that offers as a value proposition, an active and on-the-go lifestyle. So we thought it would be most appropriate in Vermosa.
Yes, okay. Finally, I'd just like to ask, considering the international trend in being more eco-friendly, being more green, is this somewhat of parang a starting move in the Philippine scene of how we get to be more green, and what are the things that Ayala and the other concerned groups actually doing about this?
Okay, so again, it's our share, because we've always been about sustainability. It's going to sound very technical, but our objective is to really achieve net zero by 2050, right? I'm not going to be here anymore, but you, the interns, I learned that the very young generation will be there. And that's really the reason why we're doing it. To leave behind a green and sustainable world for this future generation. So we have a lot of other programs that support sustainability, and this is just one of them.
Last question.
I'd like to ask, how can people register or try to get into the run first?
Yeah, they can actually, for now, we're gonna open registration until June 18. It's gonna be in Ayala, what's the link natin? Ayala, yeah. Pa-flash na lang yung link. ayalaland.myruntime.com. Yeah. So ayalaland.myruntime.com. You can actually register there online today until June 18th. But we're also going to open in-store registration starting June 3. You can actually proceed to Toby's, Mall of Asia, Runner, BGC. We're going to have Toby's Ayala in Alabang Town Center. And we're also going to open on-site registration in Vermosa Hub mismo. So for runners who are interested, can actually just proceed to these sites to register directly or online, yung ayalaland.myruntime.com. Yes.
So with that, how many runners actually participated in the first one, and then how many do you expect to be registered to be running later this month, and like how many have already registered?
So we're now pushing towards around 3,000 runners. Last year we had around 1,800 nakalagay kanina. So so last year it's at the middle of the pandemic kasi. So it's actually one of the first few runs last year that actually took place out of the pandemic. So ito yung mga kaya parang marami din nag-excited. So we're bringing it back this year, and we're pushing towards around 3,000 runners.
We're good? Yeah, no, wala nang pahabol ng questions. Thank you so much, Miss Chrissy, Sir MJ, and Sir Jeff. I hope that cleared up all the remaining questions you guys have in mind and made you guys even more excited for the Green Run that is, of course, on June 25. Even for beginners like me, it's very exciting. Sabi ni Sir MJ, it's gonna be a bit challenging, but you know, who loves a good challenge? Me, and I'm sure everyone here loves a good challenge. Before we end, we would like to ask again Ms. Chrissy, Sir Jeff, Sir MJ, to proceed to the Green Run logo at the back, along with their fur friends and their fur parents for a quick group photo.